This is your 12-week high profit book launch. Now, it's a 12-week plan, and that's what we think that everyone will take. But many of you are going to be able to do it much faster than 12 weeks. Okay? But we're going to call it a 12-week plan because if you put in 2 to 3 hours a week, you will do it easily in 12 weeks. Okay? So the first is we start with positioning. Okay, we're going to go through this today, by the way. Your book foundations, market research, positioning, and 2, book structure. I am going to do step 1 and 2 today. I'm going to do step 1 and 2 today. I'll do step 1 and 2 in under 30 minutes. Then, week 3, 4, 5, and 6, we've got down for writing. Does that make sense? We just got down for writing. So if you want to write it, even with AI helping you, it's still going to take more than the hour that I showed you on day 1. Fair enough? Like, it's still going to take longer than that because you have to add your own stories in. You know, you do want to make it sure that it's yours. And so I don't want to put anybody out of perspective. You can write a book in an hour, but it won't be a great book. It won't have emotion and clarity in it in just an hour. And so that's the second phase is putting pen to paper. The third phase, week 7, 8, and 9, is about packaging, right? Editing, proofreading, doing a second edit, building your website, okay? And then we go on to promotion, getting it on Amazon, reviewing, and then launch. So let me go down in detail. Does this sound like a good plan? So here's week 1, book foundations. Here's week 1. My slides weren't frozen. I was showing you the overview. I've got more coming. Don't worry. Book foundation. Was that just a test to see if I was looking at the chat box? Okay. Yeah. Was that a test to see if it's live or not? You know, it's live, guys. I mean, it's a great year. You know, 2017. It's been a brilliant year. You know, really looking forward to COVID in a few years. Anyway, stop making crap jokes. So book foundations is number 1. Is this? Yeah, this is AI. I've got the AI wobble going on. Okay. Stop distracting me, chat box. I'm trying to be serious here. Okay. So book foundations. This is the first step. Okay, I'm going to go through this today. Most people want to race and write a book. But it's much easier to write a great book if you structure it and get good foundations. So today I'm going to go through the market research and positioning to show you, okay, how to do that. Okay, that is really important. The next is book structure. If you structure your book right, and each chapter, and I've got a structure for you today of how to do each chapter. Each chapter is structured the same way, except for the introduction and conclusion. They're a bit different. So you must structure your chapters, your personal story, the epiphany, and the path outline. Okay. Once you get the structure right, it's very simple. You say, this is what this chapter is about. This is the story. So I'll go through that today. Then you write. And if each week you spend 2 to 3 hours writing, you will end up with a 20 to 30,000 word manuscript within a matter of weeks. Most people don't get that level of productivity because they don't structure their chapters right. Does that make sense? They don't sit down and go, I'm going to write half an hour every single day. So let me ask you, how much time are you willing to invest, on a daily basis to write your book? Who's got half an hour a day that they could find to write? Who's got an hour a day they could find to write? Who's got 2 hours a day? See, if you just have an hour to write, and I can show you how to do it voice to text in many different ways. But if you do half an hour, 5 days a week, that gives you 2.5 hours of writing time that week. That is more than enough if your book is structured. And by the way, that's not including AI giving you a hand. Sound good? Anyway, we put a whole month in there for writing, right? Weeks 3 through 6. On week 7, we will make sure that you have editing and proofreading teams available that you'll be able to connect with to get an edit and a proofread done. You should get a structural edit back in 1 to 2 days and a copy edit back within hours. In fact, Grammarly for $19 will do a full plagiarism check, and you can proofread grammar very, 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 very fast. It does not take long. There are teams and people sitting out there. You should get it back within a day. But we've put a week down. Next is once the first edit comes back, you'll actually do a second edit, a second read through. So the first edit will come back, you'll make some changes, you'll send it back. Why you send it back, you get the cover design. Okay? So I'm saying to you, from today forward, in 8 weeks, we can have a book edited twice and a cover design if you follow this plan, and it's very reasonable. You can do it in half the time. Does that excite anyone? That literally in 8 weeks from now, you could be holding that book. So give some energy if that's all right. Yeah. Yeah. Then on week 9, we are going to build the website for you. And we can do that really fast. You just fill in a template. We're going to do it for you. In this week, you've got some time to catch up. Maybe you had a little bit that you need to catch up on. There's heaps of redundancy in this. We do all the building of that website for you, so your book can be sold outside of Amazon. Week 10, you put it on Amazon, which isn't a very long process. It's just a waiting process on their side. You just got to fill in the documents and you get it on Amazon. That will mean you can sell your book in nearly every country on the planet. I love that every single month I get a deposit from India, from the UK. I think I get one from Europe, Canada, the States. I get one from some African countries as well, because once it's on Amazon, it gets put on all the Amazons around the world. Then on week 11, you'll be able to review your physical copy. You will have a physical copy in your hands, and you'll be able to launch. How good is that? You'll be able to launch. And these are 12 steps or 12 weeks laid out, and this is exactly how we've taken people through. Is that good or is it good? So, if you're ready, so we're going to get started. So I'm going to start now how you will do it and do the week 1 with you, just to show you how easy it is. Okay. So who's excited about that? Whether you do it with me or by yourself, either way, that's a good plan. So in order to write a good book, you must have a clear target market, problem, and product. So step 1, okay, is book positioning. Okay, book positioning. So we've got these questions here. Who will you write this book for? And since I was, holding up the Rich Dad Poor Dad book before, and thinking about that, what I want to do is do it here for you. So I've got a blank canvas. So who will I write the book for? And I think who I want to write my next book for is I want to write a book for people who have a job and want to be financially free. That's who I want to write for, right? So that's who I'm going to decide who I'm going to write for. And so what is their biggest problem? So the biggest problem is the problem is the way they think, about money. They think about it as expenses rather than investments, and they don't have a vehicle or a way to make money without their time. Cool. So that's the big problem. And so the path, I think, is the next one. And so how am I positioning myself? So this is very important, okay? This is so important. You must position yourself as either a researcher, coach, or leader. So you can either position yourself as a researcher who has gone and found all the information but hasn't done it themselves. So someone type in researcher. So if you're a researcher, this is the top 10 ways. So if I wanted to be a researcher, okay, so let's say I position myself as a researcher, I could write a book, The Top 10 Ways to Start Internet Business in 2024. Who thinks that would be a good book? Would that book sell? Yes or no? Does it have to be anything about me at all? The top 10 ways to start an internet business in 2024, right? I mean, that doesn't have to be anything. I just did the research, okay? So then the other way is that I can position myself as a coach. A coach is when you talk about how you've helped others. So there's another, as a coach, which could be how I have helped, a book about how to change your money mindset. And that can be a book completely about how all the people that I've helped change their money mindset, right? So that could be a book. That book could be called Making This Up on the Spot, Unlock. Oh, well, how about I just use the one that I created? Unlock Your Riches. What was it called? Sleep Yourself Rich. Sleep Yourself Rich. By the way, was that a good book title? So I could do a whole book called Sleep Yourself Rich. And I am actually writing that book that I created and turned into an audio program. So I could write that book. And then I could write the book as a leader, which is actually what everyone thinks they have to do. Leader could be, how to create 100K online business. Right? So there's the three different ways I could position one thing. Does that make sense? So I want you to get this. As a researcher, if you position yourself as a researcher, they haven't done it. They're just researching and finding the best. Someone type in coach. A coach positions themselves by the people that helped. And a leader talks about how they did it themselves. So let me ask you, what way are you going to position yourself? Who's going to position themselves as the leader? Say, hey, I did something. I lost the weight. I changed my life. Who's going to be like, here's how to live off grid, the 10 products you need to buy, the 20 products you need to buy as a researcher. And then who's a coach, where they've just helped other people do it. Yeah. Sometimes the thing that you want to help, you never had the problem of, right? And so with this book, which one are you going to be? So when it comes to book, structuring, we need to create this target avatar, okay? And so while you might already have a target avatar, it's crucial to customize one for your book, okay? So what we have is we have a prompt that you can use in ChatGPT. So I'm going to grab this prompt. GPT, and I'm going to go new chat, and I'm going to put that prompt right in there, and I'm going to say, create a target audience for a book about, what was my book title? What is my book title? For people, and put that in chat GPT. How people have job can. Do you guys like seeing this live, by the way? Format and in a way, blah blah blah. Okay, good. There it is. So I press go on it. I'll go to my demo here, and I'll just write target avatar. While that's going, put that in bold just so it's easy to see. Put that in bold. Go back to GPT. Here we go. Target audience for job to financial freedom book. Both genders, age range 25 to 45, blah, 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 common struggles, desired outcomes, main objections, slang or lingo, side hustle. What's FIRE? Financial independence, retire early. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Debt, snowball, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So I'll go get all of that. Actually, I can just press copy here. Copy. Cool. There is my target avatar done. I just saved myself $5,000. Working with a high. Actually, I can just press copy here. Copy. Cool. There is my target avatar done. I just saved myself $5,000. Working with a high priced market research company. So I put that in there, and let's say that I wanted to do something else. I could easily just go back, and I'd go recreate this for people who want to start an online business who are between the ages 45 and 60. So step 2 is the epiphany. Okay, so it's now I want to go, okay, what was the epiphany that I had? So let's just go back to here. So there's my target avatar. I'll leave that there, and I'll go down here. So my epiphany, and this is such an important thing to me. So my epiphany, shifting from this to this, was about how to use my time. And I already shared this with you guys this week, so I don't have to bang on about it. But the difference that I found is that how I used my time as an employee was very, very different. And I needed to basically build assets. So I'll just put in here sort of the Elvis Presley story metaphor that I use, just so you guys jogs your memory. So that's the big epiphany. Does that make sense? That's the epiphany that I would like to get from this book. Okay, is that these people, is like to help them understand they want to be financially free, and that in a job is that they need to create an asset. So look, I've got another avatar here. So I asked it to recreate it. So I wrote recreate this guide to starting an online business. That didn't come out right at all. Recreate this. Maybe I spelled something. Anyway, we didn't need to anyway, did we? So I'm just wasting time doing that. Okay, so if we go back here, what are we up to? So now I've got my epiphany. So now you see the epiphany is kind of the crux of the whole story, the whole book. Okay, So anyway, here's some examples of epiphany. So I want to ask you, what is the epiphany that your book is going to give, right? So here's some examples. The epiphany of You're Not Broken is that by trying to fix yourself, you get more stuck. That's the epiphany, okay? The epiphany of the Sleep Yourself Rich program was you can actually reprogram your mind through meditation. That's the epiphany of that. And then the epiphany of Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the rich think different than the poor. So I'd love to see in the chat box what your epiphany is. What is the breakthrough, okay? And that's, what is the realization or breakthrough? And fill me in, like, what, if you think about your target audience, what's the epiphany? That is the whole point of the book, is all the emotional clarity and everything is going to be based on the epiphany. Okay, they go, now, the stronger and more uncommon that your epiphany is, the better your book will be. Does that make sense, everyone? The bigger the epiphany or breakthrough or realization or aha moment, the better your book. A book is really just an argument for an epiphany. Who gets that? The epiphany, the aha, the change in thinking is what you're trying to do. So now I'm going to research my book, okay? And to research my book, what I want to do is I want to think about some search terms, okay? So I've got this here to ask ChatGPT. If someone was searching for a book about my topic on Amazon, what 10 terms was someone most likely to search? I'm trying to figure out which keywords to use in my book. So if I go back here and I go new chat, and if someone was searching for a book about, what was the book about again? People Have a Job. Go back here. If someone was searching a book about, I'm just going to put that straight into GPT. What are keywords? So this is going to save you thousands of dollars trying to figure out what keywords you should be searching to try to find out any of the competitors. Okay, and so it's a really, really, really good prompt. So we'll just wait for GPT to take its time to search the whole internet and come up with that. Oh, I'm loving some of these epiphanies that are getting put in. Okay, based on the search. What are keywords? So this is going to save you thousands of dollars trying to figure out what keywords you should be searching to try to find out any of the competitors. Okay, and so it's a really, really, really good prompt. So we'll just wait for GPT to take its time to search the whole internet and come up with that. Oh, I'm loving some of these epiphanies that are getting put in. Okay, based on the search results provided, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so these are 10. I'll put that as a copy. Go back to here and go keywords. So now I can take take any of these keywords here, and I can start going and doing research. So if I go across to Amazon, and there's a brilliant book. And I've already bought KD Spy, which, by the way, if you're going to do the 90 days, don't go buy it. We will show you where to get it. So, building wealth, employee finance strategies for financial freedom. So what if I put in that? Go back here, strategies to financial freedom. Dismiss, and then let's see what's happening. What's happening? Is it a good market? So you guys can see all of this. I hope someone give me a yes if you can see it. Yep, cool. So through my search, there's obviously there's more coming. There's obviously a lot here. ChatGPT millionaire. That's interesting. Money on autopilot. So this gives me a lot of ideas. If I just put in, how about I put in this? How to quit my job and start a business. Let's see if I can find something juicy on the fly, which is good. So what I'm doing here, just so you guys are all on the same page with me, is I'm just wanting to check in and see if there's any angles out there that have got some really good revenue with low reviews. Because if I do that, that's going to allow me to make some really good money. Okay, so we're wanting to get a book title and idea. Now, when I plugged this into, I'll just see if I can zoom in on this. So when I plugged this into ChatGPT, I put, if someone's searching for a book about meditation or hypnosis for abundance on Amazon, what 10 terms would someone be most likely to search? Okay, when they put this in, really strangely, I found these and I put these into KD Spy here, and subliminal wiring came up. And this was so out of the blue. Hypnosis for wealth came up. And this is how I ended up with the Sleep Yourself Rich. Who thinks the Sleep Yourself Rich is a really good name for a book? Because, in my opinion, it's a cracker. Crazy good name. And I found it by doing this exact process. Here's exactly what I looked. See? I saw here that subliminal wiring, develop a wealth mindset, was making $1,300 a month, just passive. And I was like, that is a really, 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 really good passive income. $1,300 a month just for a book. And so that was super fun. In fact, actually, that's just the audio book. The book's somewhere else over here. So as I go back to this, which I was looking at, there is some really good revenue. Look at that. How to start an Airbnb business. Oops, let me just put that to be the right way. Starting a business, quick start. Now that's a good idea. Oh, that's got lots of reviews. How to start an Airbnb business. That is fantastic. How to start your own business. What's that one? How to start your own. That's a really how to start your own business. Why is that so good? Oh, visually explained. Cool. So that's giving me some good ideas and some good insights. So that's one way to do it. Now you don't need to go and buy KD Spy to do that. Okay, we can continue on and we can use GPT, which is free. Okay, so what we can do is we can decide on the core message of the book and use that to get us some really good names. Okay. So we can do this prompt here. Generate 20 captivating book title ideas and put all of this in. So do you guys want to see what titles the book might come up with? And I'll do this. If anyone's got any ideas you want me to put in, I'll put in your ideas now as well. So go new chat and go bang. So generate 20 captivating book ideas for a book about, and the book is about people who have a job and want to be financially free. So let's go put that in. The book teaches, and then I put my main message into here. So scroll down and I find my epiphany. Well, I haven't written that very well, so I'll write it. So the epiphany. The book teaches employees how to shift their mindset and build assets that make them money without their time. Can't spell there. Multiple best-selling author. Employees, can't spell employees. Employees how to without their time. And free. All right, let's see what. What GPT says for that. And so what I'm showing you right now, why this goes through, is how to do your market research, get a target avatar, come up with an idea, see that the idea actually is valid and will make money, plus how to get a good book topic. What I have shown you in whatever it is, 10, 15 minutes, I paid tens of thousands of dollars to get this done. Like literally, that was only a few years ago. Now, let's have a look at some of these captivating book topics. So, one, escape the 9 to 5, your blueprint to financial freedom. Mind shift to millions, your path to time-free wealth. Oh, I like number 2. 3, tell me which one you like the most. Type it in. Number 3, asset abundance, break free from your job. From paycheck prison to financial freedom. Oh, I love number 4. Wealth beyond work, the freedom formula. Riches without the 9 to 5. Free your finances. Mindset millionaire, beyond the office. Your roadmap to financial liberation. Financial freedom blueprint. From worker bee to wealthy. Oh, I like number 11. From worker bee to wealthy. The wealth mindset shift. Break chains, build assets. Unlock your fortune. Strategies for timeless, liberate your earnings. Anyway, these are pretty awesome. They are pretty awesome. So I'm going to go and grab all of these and put, get all of them, yeah. Get all of those and put them back here. So now I've got a book title. So I'll put them here, all the ideas, but I think the ones I like is, I like that one, and I like that one, and then I like number 11, worker bee. So I've got 3 sort of ideas here. What do you guys reckon? Which one do you like? Oh, I quite like time tied to time free. Oh well, can't have them all. Only need one title. All right, so these are the titles that I like. What do you guys reckon? I think that they're all pretty good, and I'll have to check for plagiarism, make sure they're unique. I haven't done that yet, so anyone has said, oh, there's already a book like that, I don't know yet. But I think that they're all pretty good. What do you guys reckon? They're definitely good enough. So there's a book title, and the prompt did it all for us. Here's the ones that came for Sleep Yourself Rich, right? Dream Rich, Wealthy Slumbers, Sleeping to Success, Rich Dreams. I thought they were all cool. Anyway, we got Sleep Yourself Rich using that prompt. So then we can create a subtitle. Okay, so subtitle is what's going to go under it, which can really help potential reader understand. So we can use, literally some really good prompts. So here's a sample prompt which we can use. So I need to put that there into GPT. You guys still enjoying that I'm doing this for you live? Is it still good? It's a bit of work. Which we can use. So I need to put that there into GPT. You guys still enjoying that I'm doing this for you live? Is it still good? It's a bit of work. And then I'll get this one as well, the second half of this prompt. I'll put that in too. Okay, so this is a bit of a longer prompt. So the book title consists of 2. So I'm going to just put here in the prompt, act as a best-selling author and publisher. Your job is to create captivating subtitle that will sell.
Subtitle.
Loads of books. A book talks main title. So I have the main title for it. My main title is okay. So I need to put my main title in. Which one should we go to? Go from paycheck prison. So I know that putting millions is going to get flagged on Facebook. I know financial freedom will get flagged on Facebook. So I think that this bottom one, the wealth shift, just because I know that none of the words are going to get me flagged for scammy stuff. So I'm going to go with this title. For the subtitle,
Yeah,
also importantly include two things: keywords. Here are the keywords I have identified. Okay, where are my keywords? Keywords. Here we are. Keywords. Got it. Grab that, put it in, put my keywords, bang. Let's see what happens. I'm so excited. So let's see. Leslie, and if anyone's asking, how do I know what words? It's just something we'll talk about when you get into your marketing. I've done this a few times. Cool. So that's just while that's thinking. So what we're going to do? Oh, here we go. It's done. Here we go. So here we go. Some book titles with subtitles. The Wealth Shift: Reclaim Your Time, Reclaim Your Life, Unlocking Financial Independence. I'm just going to